Hey everybody, it's been a while since I did a video and glad to be back. We're going to do a repair on this 2003 Honda XR100R motorcycle. The front and rear sprockets are pretty badly worn on this. The chain is stretched, so needless to say, it doesn't take much to have the chain fall off on this thing. So it's long overdue, and picked up a cheap sprocket, front sprocket and rear sprocket off of Amazon, and also this cheap chain. This is a non-O-ring chain, so the O-ring chains are more expensive. For the amount of riding that we do on this motorcycle, we don't race this motorcycle or anything like that, so this should be good enough to get us out of the doghouse, get the thing up and running so the kids can ride it again. My 14-year-old son Aidan is going to do most of the work today. I'm just going to kind of help him out where I can. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. So these are JT sprockets off of Amazon. Decided to go with a 14-tooth front sprocket and a 50-tooth rear. I knew that the rear sprocket that was on here now was a 50-tooth, so I just stayed with the 50-tooth. The 14-tooth front sprocket I kind of took a guess on. And then this chain came up as, supposedly according to Amazon, this chain will fit this motorcycle. Judging by the amount of links it has in it, it may actually be a little too long. That's okay. We can remove some links if we have to take care of that problem. Alright, so that small front sprocket was $10.97 with free prime shipping. The large rear sprocket was $24.75 with free prime shipping. And the chain was the most expensive of the three items, was $32 and change, just about 33 bucks with free prime shipping. Probably about 68 bucks worth of parts right here. I mean, you could spend quite a bit more on sprockets easily. So now we're going to get all of our metric wrenches. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the rear wheel off, and to do that we've got to loosen the nut on the rear axle bolt, and then remove the rear axle bolt and the two chain tensioner parts right here that actually act to pull back the wheel. The bolt head is 14 millimeter. You shouldn't use, because what's happening is you're trying to put torque on it like this, and this is trying to twist because you got this so long, and you don't need this long. So what you want is you want a 19 millimeter socket, normal, yeah, you don't need the deep socket. And you should be stand behind it, that way you can hold on to this with one hand and push down with the ratchet on the other hand.
Want the rubber mallet?
Yeah, you don't want to bang on the end of that with a metal hammer. Alright, take that off before it falls off and gets lost. So there's no washer on there, there's just the...
There's a washer on there. Well, yeah.
There's no washer on the shaft.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, go ahead. Keep going. Now what you can do is you can actually take this chain off and let it drop right down like that. Now we can take this. Yeah, we got to undo the brake. Remember how to do that?
Yeah, we do this.
All right, so we have to undo the brake linkage. So that's just a matter of unscrewing this wing nut all the way.
Oh, that's tight. It's on there.
So what's happening is all that crud that's in the threads that's causing a problem. All right, so we're just cleaning the threads up with a wire brush a little bit, pushing the brake forward. Now, while holding this arm forward, I'm going to release the brake, and that should back this up far enough from that part right there, so it should turn easier. No, 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 no. That's how you snap one of these right off.
Okay.
You don't want to do that. This is just cast aluminum. Or, I don't know, it's cast metal. So that could easily break one of those off. Yeah, shouldn't be that hard.
You doing it backwards?
Trying to tighten it back on. There we go. All right. Back onto the section where the threads aren't damaged.
Use this thing.
That's not doing it. I could see that the threads have flat spots on them. All right. Well, I've got a metric die, and we'll put the die on here, and we'll run the die down it, and that'll clean up the threads. All right. So I got a tap and die set. I want to find out what size die this is, because if I put the wrong size die in it and I start turning it, I can actually damage the threads even further. So I think this is what they call M6-1.0, which is a 6mm with a 1.0 thread pitch. And so I took the tap and I'm just holding it up, and I look, and I'm actually looking to see if the teeth line up, and they do. Okay, so that's how I know that's the right size. So now that I know that it's a 6x1, I could take the 6x1 die, okay? That's a die. You see it's got teeth in there?
Yeah.
That's actually for cutting new threads. But because the threads are already here, what it'll do is it'll just follow the existing threads and recut any damaged ones. So if you look at this, it's important to realize that the hole on that side is smaller than the hole on that side. It's got a taper to it. So I don't want to put it on this way. I want to put it on the large hole size first. You can actually see there's hardly any teeth on that.
Yeah.
And then the teeth get progressively tighter and tighter. So it goes on, so it'll start easy, and then as it goes on, it'll cut.
You want a tool?
Not yet. I can turn this with my hand. That's a good sign. It's not too damaged. But the further I get on, the closer we get to that. Where those smaller,
Yeah.
tighter teeth are cutting in. Now, normally, if I was cutting threads, I would use cutting oil.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, I'm not really cutting new threads. I'm just trying to cut bad spots on the old ones.
You think this is supposed to fit that?
Let me try it.
Nope. That's
Nope.
the biggest one. Here.
24. No, I don't want to use that.
Why?
I've got the wrench to actually do it right here.
Oh. I don't think it's gonna fit.
I'm actually getting past, I think, the bad spot, because it's actually getting, well, it was getting a little easier. Go ahead, try that.
Easier was before, but still gets.
Yeah. Well, it's a very tight tolerance thread, probably by design. What really keeps this from loosening up while you're riding is the fact that that's got a concave
Thing on it.
Yeah, that actually sits on this round part.
No, it doesn't want to get out.
Almost there. The other possibility is we could have threads inside this might be damaged a little bit, but I kind of doubt it. So what tends to damage these threads is when this rakes back across here and rubs on them. It's not ideal. See how that just kind of rubbed on there?
Yeah.
Alright, so now what we're going to do, where are we putting all the hardware? Just throwing it on the ground. Now, we should be able to, why is that chain on there? Thought I took it off. Alright, so now this whole thing will slide back because this part of the brake right here actually slides onto a,
What is this?
that is the Okay, so that's going to go in, look, that's going to go in like this. The seal rides on this part right here. All right, so put that over there. I'm going to pull this whole thing. This will drop out of here. Once this comes out of here, then this can fall out, so we don't want to lose this, okay? So pull it back a little further. There we go. So now, before it gets lost, I'm going to take this out.
Like last time.
Yeah. Just put that over on our parts. Okay. Probably put the spring there too, just in case it falls off while we're working. All right. I'm going to take the brake drum assembly off completely. Okay.
One of them doesn't look good.
All right. I'm not quite sure what you just mumbled, but let's just here. Keep that. You can eat that later. All right. And just like that, the wheel is off.
Now we need a screwdriver.
All right. So what we're going to do now, we're loosen these nuts that are on the back side of these screws. I didn't realize I grabbed a damaged screwdriver. Let me get you a better one. Okay. No sense in fighting with it.
Much better. Oh, that's heavy.
It's steel. On the racing motorcycles, they use aluminum alloy.
It's lighter.
Yep, that's why they use it for racing. Well, you don't really want to run a new chain and new front sprocket with a worn rear sprocket.
So if a sprocket is if you're ruining
It's ideally, if you've got one that's badly worn of the three, chances are the other ones are bad too, even though they might not appear. Oh, let's open it up. And there's only one way this can go on because it's got countersunk holes.
Yeah.
These are self-locking nuts.
Yeah.
They've got a nylon bushing in them that actually helps keep them from loosening up. All right, that's good enough for now. We'll do the final tightening. Let's do a crisscross pattern. See how bad it was.
Not that bad.
You know what? I think you're right. We probably will keep this sprocket. This sprocket's actually not that bad. I wonder if somebody changed the rear one and didn't change the front one at some point previous in its ownership. I think the one on the 80 is a 48 tooth though, isn't it?
I don't know.
You can change the ratio
Oh yeah.
by changing it. If there's a difference in the amount of teeth between the front and the back, as long as you could adjust the chain, you could do that.
It does.
Like a trials bike will normally have like a really big sprocket in the back, because trials bikes are made to go like really, really slow, but have a lot of torque. Stand this up, tighten it. Slipped.
Yeah, slip.
These nuts are really rounded.
Oh, it's turning now.
Oh, something's wrong.
Why?
It's way too loose now. This either just snap or jump over it.
So we can't put that on?
Yeah, we can, because we can put a new one of these on with it on the bike. This isn't going to stop us. We can do everything else and then put this on. This can be installed while it's on the bike. So we're not going to let this stop us, because I don't even know if I can get this at the hardware store because it's a metric countersunk. It makes it an unusual one. Well, let's get this back on the motorcycle.
Where does this go?
Huh? It goes in on the hole on the other side.
That far in?
Yeah, because it has to go in far enough so that we can get it to fit between the swing arm.
Yeah, I didn't go that far in, but okay.
Oh, I need that little round drum thing. I'm going to try and bump the whole wheel in. Alright, that's good. Got that on far enough so it won't fall off. That's probably good enough for now. Alright, let's tackle that front sprocket. Alright, so we're going to take this cover off. And as you already noticed, it uses very small metric screws. Try 8mm. Alright, so we need this 1/4 inch to 3/8 adapter, and now you should be able to use the ratchet. Yeah, it should come right off.
Oh, it's sealed.
Yeah, it's called a gasket.
Gasket you ruined.
No, we'll just put some RTV sealant on there and slap it back on there.
Okay, what do you think size is that?
What's that?
What size do you think this is?
10.
What is this? 10.
That would have been my guess. Might have to put it in gear. Taking the chain off completely. We're doing that anyways.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that front sprocket's toast. That rear one's actually probably still salvageable. If it's the same size, we can put that one on the 80 for now. Let me give you some advice.
What?
Stop handling that chain. Look at your hand now.
Yeah.
Yeah, dirt boy. I don't even think you're wearing the kind of work pants. I think those are school pants. I think you're a dead man.
No.
No,
It's because
you're filthy.
This is one of my bad pants.
Really?
Yes, because I used all mine.
Uh-huh. Okay. So I'm going to show those pants to your mother when she gets home.
Okay.
And she says, oh yeah, those are perfectly fine that you ruined those. We'll find out. We'll find out who's telling the truth here.
These are like one of my bad pants.
Okay, so there's no way to get this off without undoing the master link because it goes around the swing arm pivot point right there. Let's do this systematically. Looking at this side all the way up to here, I don't see one. No master link. This must be the original chain. I like them apples.
You have to grind.
Yeah, that's a pain in the butt. Gotta grind one of these pin heads off. And two of these actually, gotta grind them off and drive a link out.
Why you have to do two?
Because the way that the chain is made, if I grind this off, okay, that pin wants to stay in there. But if I grind this one and this one off, I can take this whole little plate off and then this whole link will come out. See, I ground it completely flush.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is the process of grinding actually blended the metal from this plate with the metal on the end of the pins. But it's a very weak bond. So now, if I hit that pin right in the center, just right, it'll actually just break right through. All right, so Aidan was going to try and put this on, and he said to me, he says, Daddy, this isn't going to go on, because he said when you put this on, it's not going to line up with the holes. But he didn't realize that the way this is designed, it's actually not supposed to go on all the way. You're supposed to actually put it on to the point where it lines up with this slot, this groove that's in the shaft, and then rotate it into position so you can put the bolts in. And what that does is, by being offset now, it's locked on there. I can't pull this off right now. I'm pulling on it, nothing's happening. So now we're going to put the bolts in, but I don't like that these aren't going in. So I'm going to take this back off and test fit these bolts into this new sprocket. Something's not kosher here. See that?
Yeah.
I wonder if these threads aren't awfully tight.
Maybe they did it smaller.
Oh, you know what? I bet you it's tape. I bet you that's the back side. You had this on backwards. Oh, probably goes on easier this way. It does. It goes in. Yeah, see? I could put this in a lot further on this side. Back side of the threads, when they tapped these holes at the factory, they did a marginal job. These are such small little bolts, we really don't want to overtighten these. These will snap easily. Too easily.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
You're gonna break it.
Alright. Oh, you're a brave man. You're gonna hold that for me. Can you hold it square onto, look, can you hold it square onto here? Do you know what I mean by square?
Like that.
Right, tilt it up like that, that's not square.
That's fully on it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You have it tilted up like this. Better view from up here too. There we go.
Can I open up this box now?
Nah, it's a nice clean chain in there. I don't want to touch it with your disgusting grubby hands.
Look at your hands.
Cleaner than yours.
My hands are cleaner than yours.
Alright, now we definitely don't want to drop this in the dirt because everything will stick to it.
Look at right there.
What are you pointing to? That's where the master line's going to go. You're telling me?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Just tell me if it's windy out.
No. Camera, don't listen.
Camera.
Yeah.
The camera's a live person. I really should put plastic on the ground because I got a feeling I'm going to drop this. Yep, good idea. Alright. That'll help.
You're welcome.
Did you put it back in neutral?
Yeah. Oh. Right.
Because I didn't do it. And I was like, why is it in neutral?
What's wrong with that chain?
It came like that.
It looks rusted.
That chain's playing along. Question is, what we're going to have to do is we'll put the link in,
Yeah.
we'll tighten those up,
Mm-hmm.
and see if it tightens up enough. If it doesn't, we'll have to take a link out.
I'll get the link.
Dad,
Yeah.
why does it look
Should be
rusted?
master link in there. That's grease that's all over it.
Do you need this inside of it?
That's the retaining link. That doesn't go there. They just put it there for storage so it doesn't get lost.
And there's grease right here. Or wherever that is. Maybe that's
This goes
soy
on the
sauce.
outside. I'll show you.
Maybe it's soy sauce.
Wrong color for soy sauce. That looks more like hot mustard.
Yeah, hot mustard. It says do not eat.
Alright, so we don't have to put this on just yet. We can start by,
Move it backwards.
yeah, so tighten that. See this washer? You
Yeah.
got it on the wrong side.
Oh yeah.
That's good for now. Leave it. So now that we know that this is going to work and we're not going to have to take any links out of the chain,
Yeah.
now we can finish putting the master link in.
Lincoln?
Yeah, Master Abraham Lincoln.
Where does the master link go?
In his grave. I think he died, right?
Neighbors.
Probably throwing curse words at each other.
Why would you say that?
I'm making a joke.
It's not even funny.
You laugh.
So the most important thing when installing the master link is putting this retaining clip on in the right
Way.
direction. It could go either this way or this way. See how it's got an open
Yeah.
side, Pac-Man side? Okay? So what happens is normally the wheel's going to go in this direction, okay? So that means the top of the chain is going towards the engine, okay? We've got it on the bottom right now, so that means the bottom of the chain normally would be going that direction.
Yeah.
And we want the opening to not face the direction that it's going, okay? So in other words, I know because it's on the bottom right now that I need the open end of this clip to face back towards the engine. All right? If it was on the top, the open side would face towards
Yeah.
the rear. So all I got to do to get this clip on is it's actually got a large hole.
Yeah.
That slot, it's a slot with a larger hole. This goes over this like this. Then this whole thing has to get slid forward
Or it clips.
so it clips in. So when you get it set just like that, what I've always found works real well is
Pliers.
you can use a pair of pliers to snap them in.
But it said to use this special tool.
Yeah. No, it said not to use vice grips. These aren't vice grips, so. Perfect. See it? So, just one last check to make sure.
Okay.
What?
Is that the good tightness?
Yeah, I think so. You looked, it's lined up with the same, this is like the 1, 2, the third line in.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Okay, good, good.
Okay, we're gonna tighten it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, that's all I can do.
That's it.
This.
That's not good. I can't snap that.
So do you think you can find one of these?
Yeah, I'll have to look for one.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm going to try and take it easy on it since it's only got 3 bolts holding the rear sprocket on. We got to replace that 4th bolt that I snapped. Let's see. Let's see what his idea of taking it easy is. Bet you he gets on it right here coming back. So when he decelerates, you can hear this metal clank, clank. And what that is the chain slapping violently on the swing arm when it's slack. And that's because the chain guides, plastic chain guides are gone on this thing. So I've got to buy new ones of those. You can hear it clanging, clanging. Normally that plastic chain guard would be absorbing that and you wouldn't hear it. All right. Heard of Evil Knievel? This is Awful Knaffle.